Hey everybody, welcome to the Endor channel. I am Dano, and I'm back with another Micro Machines unboxing. Today, we're going to be looking at the Chewbacca / Endor transforming action playset. Now guys, this one's special to me. This one, like, for real, is special to me because this is the very first Micro Machines set that I ever owned as a kid. This isn't the exact same one. I had to rebuy it later because throughout time and over the years, I ended up losing most of my collection and actually had to rebuild some of it. So this is gonna take me back. I haven't actually played with this playset since I was a kid, and this is what got it started. This is the reason I'm doing these videos now, is because I loved them so much when I was younger. Okay, first things first, let's take a look at the outside of the box. Okay guys, here we go. I love the artwork. You know I love these paintings. You got a big old Chewbacca face. And it's not super complicated artwork. I'm an artist. I dabble in art. You guys might have seen some of my painting videos. This is not like super complicated art, but it is really beautiful. I love the eyes, a little glistening on there. Look at the little painting. There's C-3PO getting hoisted up by all the different Ewoks back there. We've got an AT-ST, some speeder bikes going by. Little Ewoks even in the bottom there, kind of smacking the feet with rocks. There's 3PO, Chewbacca, and R2 hung up in the net. This is cool. I love it. We see Micro Machines Space, Star Wars, and that old school blue and gold logo. Chewbacca / Endor transforming action set from Return of the Jedi. Chewbacca transforms into Endor's forest moon, and there's a derpy kid looking at his cool playset and Chewbacca's face. I love it. And this is made by Galoob. Any cool info here? I normally don't show this part, but there's 3 micro points. Don't know what those are for. 1995 Lucasfilm. Let's take a look at the back of the box now. There's a big glare. Alright, so we have Chewbacca, Endor, much of the same. Here are a couple of the other sets, most of which I have done videos on. That one's coming soon. I've done all the rest so far. Done it, done it, done it. That's also coming soon. Again, it's going to tell us it's available in 1995. I love it. I love it. Okay, let's go over the features here. Starting on the bottom left, we go with a log ambush. There's a little log you can prop up. There's a flying speeder bike. We have a scout trooper on a speeder bike. Imperial AT-ST chicken walker. Not at st. We have a AT-ST driver. There he is, hanging out in the bottom. What else we got? An Ewok. There's a cool little Ewok up there. He looks good. We have C-3PO. And he's kind of just hanging out up there. But notice this playset doesn't actually do that. In my original one that I had when I was a kid, I actually super glued mine up in the corner like that. I don't recommend you doing that if you want to keep it for collector reasons, but I did. I was crazy. Next up, Ewok hang gliding. I tried to super glue mine just like that, but I couldn't because it won't close properly because the way the ground is molded, it actually doesn't work, but I did try. Next up, we have a net trap. And then last, there's Chewbacca. Of course, the Chewbacca set has to come with a Chewbacca figure. Now, when I first bought this set as a kid, it kind of bugged me a little bit that the Chewbacca set had to be Endor with the Ewoks, because Chewbacca's not an Ewok. He's a Wookiee. Some people think they're related, or some people, for some reason, think that Wookiees come from Endor. They don't. They come from Kashyyyk. But it was weird. I mean, especially in the 90s, 95. I got mine in probably 95, maybe 96 is when I got mine. I think it was 96. And back then, we didn't have as much expanded universe. There wasn't even really an internet back then. So a lot of the information and stories and stuff, we didn't know anything. We really knew nothing about Star Wars other than the movies. That's all we had to go off of. Alright, guys, enough of my old reminiscing. We'll get to more of that in just a minute. Let's open this thing up. One thing I do want to point out to you guys is when I open these things up, I do like to find wherever the little cutout thing is. Actually, hey, we never looked at the figures, did we? Let's look at the figures. Okay, here's a close-up of all the figures. We got Chewbacca. There he is. There's our Ewok swinging his little rocky things. We have an Ewok hang gliding. We have a scout trooper on a speeder bike back there. We've got C-3PO, AT-ST driver, and our AT-ST chicken walker. Beautiful. Now, it is a little banged up because I buy these sometimes on eBay. And, you know, they're old. It's 20 years old. What do you expect? I do love this, though. Originally $14.99. You know, about 20-some years later, I end up paying, I think, about $18 for it. So I'm not mad that, I paid an extra $6. Because it's totally worth it. These things usually go for about 20 bucks on eBay. Sometimes people will try to get you to pay more. If you buy in bulk or you buy like 3 sets at a time, you can often get them for that much. So we're talking, you're going to plop down 60 bucks, but you'll get like 3 sets out of it. So just, that's fair pricing for some of these. Some are a little bit more rare. So, alright. As I was saying before we jump back into looking at the figures, though, I like to find the side that has the figures, and that's where I cut the tape, because it makes putting them back so much easier when you have access to that little window area. Alright, guys, let's do this. Are you ready? Oh, here goes. Oh, yes. Now, I don't remember there being a ton of stickers, but I don't know, I'm getting older. My memory's not that great. So let's see. Let's go in here. Ooh, lost a tie striker. Inside we have a fan club. This one is extremely yellow. So we have a join the Star Wars fan club. We'll just put that right there. I've got enter to win 10 Star Wars Micro Machines figures. What would happen if I mailed that out now? Absolutely nothing. So they want your personal information, where you live, date of birth. That's kind of weird. Oh, there's trivia questions on here. You guys want to see some trivia questions? I never do this, because I've actually never received this. Let's take a look at the trivia questions real quick. This is interesting. Use this chart to answer questions 1, 3, and 4. Okay. So, question 1. Which Micro Machine Star Wars playset did this survey card come with? Oh, this is more just a survey. This isn't trivia. I thought it was trivia. This is just them making sure the marketing happened right. This is still kind of interesting, though. So, these are all the different codes. All the letter codes are for the different sets that it came with. Interesting. I have most of these, all of these. Millennium Falcon, Darth Vader Bespin. Yeah, I've got all of these. Do you collect Star Wars products? Other Star Wars products? Of course. How many Star Wars movies have you seen? Look at that. How many Star Wars movies have you seen? 0, 1, 2, or 3? Here we are years later, and we're going to finally get an episode 8. Plus, there's Rogue One. There's, like, you could technically say 8 movies right now. That's insane. Which magazines and comics do you read regularly? Star Wars Fan Club, West End Games, Star Wars Galaxy Magazine, Star Wars comics from Dark Horse before Marvel, Marvel and DC Comics. Interesting. Well, before Marvel took over Star Wars. Let's see here. What is your favorite Micro Machine Star Wars product? Choose the letter. So those are the only ones available at the time, the ones up there. What other Micro Machines products do you own? This is crazy. This is really good, though. I like seeing this kind of stuff. I'm going to keep this probably forever. But look at that. Enter to win 10 Micro Machines figures. Approximate retail value of $5 for 10 of them. They were valued at 50 cents each. Math. Is that right? Yeah, half. That's crazy. And it ended 3/31/96 with 50 winners chosen per month. So they were just like giving away Micro Machines. That's nuts. Okay, last I've got a set of instrucciones. Do you guys want to see what those look like up close? Why not? Of course you do. Let's do the whole experience. This is taking me back. So it tells you how to assemble it. Easiest one to assemble out of them all. You literally just pop his face on. And that's it. And it just closes. It tells you how all the stuff works. Where you put the little net thing. How you make the guy go around in circles. How you have a little duder pop out. What does that one do? Button B. I don't remember what that one does. I'll figure it out. Oh, that's the one that actually drops the net. Okay, cool. And I like how in this picture, Chewie's hiding, and the guy's getting the net dropped on him. Whereas the back of the box had it opposite. He had the guy in the back, and Chewie was about to get the net dropped on him. And blank on the back. Okay, guys. Let's do this. It's time. Oh, my goodness. Actually, I need to get out the X-Acto so I can cut these little dudes off just right. There's a sharp blade. I can feel the way it cuts. Okay, don't lose a finger. Don't lose a finger. I know I'm excited, but no digits should be lost today. Would not be a good thing. And this should be able to just plop out, hopefully, without ripping. Yes! I've done it, and now the bottom's still secure. And I don't have to, like, worry about ruining things. Yay! You know what this reminds me? I actually, when I was younger, I lost the Ewok to my set. I remember losing him, like, the first thing. Because I bought him on a road trip. it was weird. I was like staying with my cousin, and my parents had given me like $20 for the weekend. It was out of town, like a town that was like 30 minutes away. And they give me $20 for the weekend. They were like, okay, here, if you need to buy anything, there you go. So we were actually driving to some duck races, weird enough. New Mexico's a weird place, where they race ducks. And we're driving to these duck races, and actually we stopped at a Walmart to get snacks. And instead of buying snacks, I decided that I wanted to buy this set. And my cousin who I was with went along with me, and he's like, no, dude, buy that set. And he bought the Stormtrooper set that is the Death Star. So in the car, driving to another town to go watch duck races, we were playing with these things in the back of the car, and I managed to lose the Ewok. And that is my story of the first ever Star Wars Micro Machines playset that I ever owned. And I lost the piece right in the very beginning. And you know what's so weird? Is I don't remember, like, I didn't remember any of that until literally just right now. Because I'm looking at that Ewok figure, and I'm like, why don't I remember this guy? I played with this set the most, because it was, like, my first. And, yeah, because I was an irresponsible little kid who lost his toy the second he bought it. Surprise, surprise. Alright guys, now as I'm getting this last little piece out, I do like to mention to you that in all of my videos for Star Wars toys, I like to go through and put an Amazon link so that if you want to buy the product yourself, you can, and you don't have to do much legwork. It's already right there in a pinned comment. Makes life real easy. Now if you buy anything through those Amazon links, not just that product, but anything, a couple pennies per dollar go towards helping out the channel. What it does is it helps me acquire new stuff to do videos on, and I like to just pour it right back into the channel so that I always have cool content and I can always have something for you guys to watch. So anytime you do some Amazon shopping, if you click through one of my links first, it definitely helps out and is always appreciated. Okay, my box is empty. It's empty. Put that on the floor. Notice I'm a little more gentle with that one. I've got the front of my Chewbacca head, just a little... That was my best Chewbacca. It was mediocre at best. But, I don't know, what do you think? Did you do a better Chewbacca? Is it a worse Chewbacca? I hate to hear it if it's worse. Oh yeah, look at this. This is gorgeous. Okay. We know how much I love the artwork on the boxes. But I also love the artwork on the stickers. Look at this sticker back here. I didn't have to put it on, luckily. But look at the way this is made. There's a plastic bridge. Sticker goes all the way back there. There's, like, lined up perfectly these little painted Ewoks. This is beautiful. Look at the way that forest goes all the way back. I love this. I love this so much. You guys have no idea. Oh my god, this is seriously taking me back. Okay, so I wasn't kidding about the whole easy assembly. It's ridiculous. Boop, done. And then it snaps closed, and he's done. He's done. Okay, one more close-up. Well, lots more close-ups. But look, so there he is. Mr. Chewbacca, or as my youngest son calls him, Chewbacca. Mr. Chewbacca. Look at the paint on the outside. So it's mostly this one color of molded plastic, right? But then you notice around the eyes, it gets a little lighter. Around the lips, it's a little lighter. So they do have these little bits of paint. The eyes are actually painted really well. Those look great. I love this. The nose is a little bit darker, of course. And this is, look at the detail. All the fur, the sculpt on that is just wonderful. Like, look at this. Okay, now I'm going to try to open it one-handed and watch me break it. Okay, good, I didn't break it. One thing to notice about this set is the way it sits. That nose is always like rubbing, or the mouth is always rubbing. The mouth is always rubbing, and it kind of rubs off the paint, which is a bummer. But look at that. There's the little field with all the little bushes. Look at the sculpt on those things. They look great. Okay, so I know I'm missing a piece. I had a piece, and it's over here inside the bag. I almost put these with the, like, discard stuff. So this little rod goes in here, and that's where my bike goes on. So give me just a sec, let me get set up, and I'll be right back. Now guys, I do like to set these things up like the back of the box, just for comparison. So I did it. Let's see what I got here. Let's start at the bottom. I've got, so this is my back of the box. I got a little speeder right there, and I got an ATST, a guy back there hiding out, Chewbacca by the net. and the rest of this going on. So let's see what I've done. I've got my speeder right here, looks good. I've got my walker, which of course doesn't sit very well, but at least the legs do move on this newer model. We've got Chewbacca down here underneath the net, and it hasn't fallen quite yet, but I'll drop it in a minute. We've got our little duck out area with our ATST driver. So he kind of hangs out back there and pops in and out. I've got an Ewok. This is the Ewok that came with the set. I've got C-3PO in his chair, and another hang gliding Ewok, which in the picture is like stuck right there, but I can't stick it there. One thing I noticed is, check this out. See that Ewok? He's a unique Ewok that I do not have yet. In the picture, it's that Ewok. In real life, it was this Ewok. Now, the funny thing about this Ewok is he actually came in a different set. He came in the other Endor playset. So, just weird, funky trivia for you. They mixed it up. They changed things when they actually released it. Now, I do want to show you guys some of these features. Notice how wonky his legs are. But that's just because I positioned him that way so he could actually, like, lean. Yeah, that'll work. So, see this little rock down here? I'm going to pull the rock. And see how quick that thing flies? Look at that. It flies. And notice he stays on there. Okay, let's do this. Let's flip that up to trip him up. And then what happened? Oh, didn't work out so well. Okay, that happens too. Goodbye, Mr. Speeder guy. Gone forever. Now, guys, I apologize. This is going to be a longer video because there's a lot I want to go over on here. But I love to compare old versus new all the time. So here we have, this is the older one, and this is the newer speeder bike. So I want to show you guys that there is a little bit of a difference here. Look at that, in length. The older one is a bit shorter, the newer one's quite a bit longer. And of course the older one has the little funky trip mechanism that lets him fall over, so he can get knocked off his bike by that tree stump. These don't come with the set, but these are some that I had acquired. Older ones and also newer ones. Now, these will not fit. Well, they might fit, actually. Let's see if they fit. Notice this little thing has half of a circle. That's because the very bottom of this one has a little, like, half-circle peg that fits into perfectly. But maybe this will work. We'll try it out and see. If it does, this will be amazing. Well, guys, I tried all of them, and none of them seem to fit except for the one that's meant for it. But they do look really good on here. It is kind of cool to see the different speeder bikes. And you can kind of set them up in their little poses. Maybe not with a sideways bike. But you can set them up in different poses, and they look great. Another thing I did want to point out was the Micro Machines ATST is a little lackluster. That's it, versus a better scaled ATST from Hot Wheels. And look, it just looks way better having that so small next to the bigger ATST. So I do like to just compare those things. I'm actually going to add some Ewoks. Like I showed you, there's this little thing that pops out here. There's a button on the back. Maybe I can show you. A button right here. Oops. That'll adjust for the net, and a little slider for that little pop-out guy. And let's see here. Let's just drop the net on Chewbacca. And it missed. It kind of missed. But what it does is it raises it when you pop this up. See that? Little mechanism goes like that. That is cool. And those are really the two features that it's got. It's got a little bar. It'll swing around and knock everybody off. Or it'll make your speeder go flying. Whichever one works. And that's it. The features on this thing are cool. They're not a ton of them, but they are cool. And just the sculpt, the playability, especially with all the other Ewoks and the other figures. I love it. Guys, this is seriously my favorite set. Out of all of the ones that I've done so far, and make sure you go watch all the other videos, let me know which is your favorite. There's only a couple more transforming playsets left to do. I'm dwindling down here, so be sure you are subscribed. Make sure you hit that little bell notification so you know when I drop a new video. Leave this a thumbs up if you like seeing these kind of toys. Share this with a fellow Star Wars fan. A lot of people don't even know that these toys exist, so make sure you share it so other people can enjoy the Star Wars goodness just like we are. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do love you guys. Until next time, may the Force have with you, and goodbye forever.